Welcome to Restaurant Punk.
Welcome.
What's going on, girls?
Nothing much.
Whoa,
Just another day.
Just another day in paradise.
Oh, label.
Liz, you're looking a little loose today.
Yeah, a little slightly.
You're feeling good, huh?
I would like to have a sponsorship on a brand of sparkling beverage. It rhymes with two dicks.
Oh my gosh. And it's a women-owned business.
So,
And they are delicious.
The address we would like the product delivered to is.
Now, please send us our money. Thank you. It's going to work out great today.
So good.
I know you got something on your mind.
I do.
Oh, you do.
I have a topic.
Ooh. What do we
And
got?
So let's say coworkers and or employees.
Okay.
What's happening, George? Stop mounting the post, George. Stop.
You're distracting
You can't
us.
leave jazz hands
Distracting.
anywhere.
So it's called, I don't buy that story for 1 second.
Mm-mm.
Not for 1 second.
Like an
you're so
employee?
full of shit. Employee, coworker, and their stupid backstories. And it's like so elaborate. They had it all planned out on the drive over to work.
Oh, you're talking about like them calling out. Calling out.
No, any stupid backstory. Like
just
why
anything.
they're late, why they couldn't get this done, why it came out looking like that, why the plate is missing,
So
an
restaurant
ingredient.
bullshit.
Yes.
Front of
Always
house,
so
back of the
much.
house, everything. I
Mhm.
feel like that's like it's like a newspaper. It's a news story every day from somebody else in the restaurant, and it's a never ending cycle. I think I've heard just about every story I can think of. Like
Yeah.
every excuse. I've heard of somebody got stabbed, heard somebody got into a car accident. So my girlfriend got pregnant.
Got knocked up.
Reason being, I was late. My girlfriend got pregnant last night.
Last night.
Last
We
night.
had
You
to
ever
go buy
ask them to
plan
prove
B.
it?
What?
You ever ask them to prove it? I'm all about the proof. Prove
That's
it.
tough. All right. If somebody's consistently giving a story that's way out of left field, like on a weekly or, every twice a month,
Mhm.
I'll be like, all right, this guy's feeding me shit.
But do you call them out?
Me? After 2-3 years, yeah. But
Yeah, I would say Peter's not calling
no,
anybody out.
I don't call out shit. I just deal with the situation in a
Mhm.
roundabout way where I disassociate myself or schedule differently or work in different areas or something like that. Because there are people that just get along with people like that. They just like to bullshit with each other and they have a great time at work and they work well together. But I can't work well with a person like that.
And that's why it lasts 2 to 3 years. You gotta nip that shit in the bud. Okay?
I'm sorry, what?
I said that's why it lasts 2 to 3 years before you say shit, because you have to say shit. You have to call them out on that.
Yeah, at some point, yeah. But I'm usually, at least in the last 10 years, I've been the person in charge in like the kitchen or whatnot. So I just,
Is that off limits for you to call them out if you're in
no,
charge?
it's not off limits, but I won't call them out on shit if they're doing a good job at work. I just won't associate
I think
or
it's still necessary.
I
I
mean,
won't question it. I won't be like, why? Oh my God, what happened?
Oh, they
That's
just
so
eat into
Oh,
this.
no. I sit there with a straight face. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're lying. Even if you're not, I'm pretty sure you are.
but like if you own the restaurant or you're the manager, do you really feel like you can get away with doing that without them then where do we draw the line? Like if you call them out, are you bullying them? Are they going to say you're harassing them now? Like
I know who's going to go
do
to
you feel
HR.
like
You're the
it-
boss.
Yeah,
You're
but
gonna call
don't you
me?
think that they could true, but couldn't they take, I don't know, a trip to the Better Business Bureau? I don't know who you ask, but
They
if
write
you're-
their congressman?
Some
No.
shady
Who
businesses.
cares?
possible.
Who cares? You're the owner. If you let them know that you're just going to call them out on their bullshit, people who bullshit continue to bullshit because you don't say anything.
Now, if they're
And the story-
bullshitting about calling out or giving an excuse why they didn't come to work, different. If they're just feeding stories for attention or for this and that, or you know what, I work for this guy, he did it like this over there. I'm like, oh, that's great. If it's not affecting your work right now, cool. Say everything you want.
Well, I had this employee years ago, and it wasn't in restaurants. And he would just come up with these crazy stories every day. And I would call him out on it to the point he would just start crying because it was just too much for me. It was just too much.
What would he say?
Well, it's hard to get in detail. So I worked for a major department store, and one of the things we did, it was a visual department. We did a lot of custom signing, and he would just half-ass shit. And I don't like things half-ass. And if you work with me, you know I'm going to call you out on it. So why do you keep doing it? If you know I'm going to say something, why do you keep putting yourself in that position? And you come up with these elaborate lies. So I'd have to take him aside. I'm like, let me show you how I know you're lying. And then I'd break it down. And you would think he'd stop doing it, but no, he had no shame. He would keep doing it. And I would say, why do we have to keep doing this?
It's just an addiction, I think, to them. Or you know what? Maybe they have something else out of work that they're prioritizing and they just don't give a about work. And they just feed different excuses. Look, I've called out of work twice ever at 2 different jobs. The first job I ever had at a golf course because I woke up late. I said my car broke down on the way. I even opened up the hood before I left, wiped my hands under the hood, wiped them on my shirt, went to work. So I looked like I tried to fix it before I got there. They didn't ask a single question because I was always early and I was always there. And one time in Philly because I had a late night and I woke up the next morning. I'm like, I don't want to go. And I just called out sick. And everything was fine. The only 2 times I ever called out, ever. But if I called out every month for a reason, yeah, you're going to get called out on your bullshit. You have to, or you just fire the employee. I think we did an episode about how people called out before. Yeah, there's a limit. There's a threshold. I can only deal with this much shit. If it's affecting your work, absolutely nip it in the butt. If it's just a consistent thing that's making every other employee's lives difficult, week after week or month after month, nip it in the butt. But if it's just somebody boasting about themselves or just sharing BS stories or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah,
if it's not affecting the workplace, go for it.
Yeah, because we talked about it on that episode, and a lot of people call out for, really stupid reasons. And the one reason was somebody's car got broken into. I'm like, so you couldn't go to work because your car got broken into? Like, did the car stop driving?
Right. Did you suddenly have to carry it home?
I don't understand. Is there glass everywhere? Maybe it's that. Like, I need more details because, for me and Liz worked at a very corporate place for a very long time. And in the very beginning, it was a highly sought after job and you could be fired for anything easily. And there was a huge snowstorm and I'm driving to work and one car starts spinning one way and the other car starts spinning the other way. And I'm trying to dodge it. I ride off of the parkway into a ditch and I get out and I'm standing in knee deep like sludge and snow. And I call my manager and I'm like, I just had an accident. I'm on the parkway. He's like, oh, that sucks. How long till you get here? I'm like, what? Like, I just had an accident. And lo and behold, a guy pulls over on the side of the road, sees me, turns out to be one of the chefs from our job. He then calls the manager again and tells him again. He's like, yeah. But when's she coming? So I had to get a tow truck. I had to get my boyfriend at the time to come wait with my car. And then that chef brought me to work. So I don't hear about your car got broke into. I went into work covered in mud and snow with my car in a ditch. So, where are your priorities at?
That is good work ethic.
And
if
you want your job.
If you have a good boss, they will never overlook all the things that you've done to be there for them week after week,
you want to hope so, but not always.
If you have a dick boss.
I have a story.
Which I clearly had.
Please, I see that smirk. This could be good. This could be good.
Another snow story, and this one's a real one. I'm just kidding.
I don't buy that for a second.
Same job.
Yep.
I was driving down. I lived at the time an hour and a half away, and it was snowing, and I couldn't get out. The where I lived at the time, it wasn't plowed, so I had the shovel in my car and would like to shovel my way to get onto the highway. Okay, dedicated. Got to work. They gave everyone their rooms to stay there overnight because it was like a hotel was there. By the time I believe they mandatory me for another shift. I worked it. By the time I got done,
16 hours
I'm
total.
Sorry, they
by the way,
mandatory.
Yeah, so they make it mandatory to work.
It's a union job.
Yeah,
really.
Make it mandatory for another 8 hours. So you'll do a 16-hour shift. They only have to give you 8 in between, and then you can start again.
Wow.
Right. So I drove all the way down. Okay, and it was a state of emergency, so technically no one would have gotten in trouble. They couldn't have disciplined you if with a state of emergency. I drove down anyway. I got mandatory because a lot of people called out, and by the time I got done, they would not give me a room because the roads weren't that bad down in that area anymore. But where I lived, it was still bad, and my director would not give me a room. I was so pissed.
That's messed up.
So mad that you had so many employees calling out on you. I went above and beyond, and that's how you treat me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't even have to come down. I wouldn't have gotten.
But that's being in a union, being in a very corporate place. It's run a lot differently than smaller corporations.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but he could have made it happen. He's a director. He could have made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't appreciate that. And then there was another time where I was at 1920, and I was working at this restaurant because I can't stand when people are full of shit. I don't ever want people to think I'm full of shit. So I always come with evidence, with proof. Okay, it sounds disgusting.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, it sounds really disgusting. But in my mind, it was the right thing to do.
I feel like another
afraid to
after
hear
this
what this
episode's
is.
over, I'm gonna ask what kind of evidence you brought.
I think she's going to tell us
over
right
the
now.
I'm about to
jeez.
tell you. So,
Go for it.
I was in college at the time. I took a class and I wasn't feeling well on my drive to work, and I threw up like all over myself in my car. Like I couldn't. Like I was driving, I threw up.
I feel like I know where this is
And
going.
I'm
Oh
like,
my
it's
God.
all over me. Like this isn't good. But I don't want them to think I'm lying. So let me just walk into my job with
The throw up on me. Come on.
my manager was like, I
the
would have
hell?
believed you. You didn't have to prove it.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I wouldn't believe you. I'm glad you did it, actually. If it was me, I'd be like, yeah,
And
okay.
this is before cell phones. It's like I take a picture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I'm
my
crying.
God, the tears. I cannot. They're so ridiculous.
That was a big one. Look how big they are.
So, what are we talking about? That's what she said.
Oh, I needed that, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah, man.
yeah, always come with proof. Because there was the one guy we worked with.
Oh.
I'm sure you'll know who he is if I say it. So he always had a backstory for everything. Like it was always everything was just made up in general.
Mhm.
It wasn't even to try to get out of stuff.
Well,
just
restaurant people are very colorful.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
and he would just come like if you need to shift off, is like he tells the whole backstory. I used to get so annoyed. Like cut to the chase.
When I was a kid, you're like, we don't
oh my
care.
God. I would say, can you just stop with the backstory? What do you want? You want something, just spit it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather you just be honest and say, you know what? Like I've told people, yeah, I didn't do it because I felt like a lazy bum that day. That it's just for me, I respect
I
that
don't
more.
think in 20 years I've ever heard that excuse come out of anybody's mouth. Not even people that are employed by me or under me. Just even when I was a line cook in a restaurant and had like 40 people between back and front of the house, I've never heard anything just blatantly
Honesty?
like, you know what? I was just trash that night. I didn't feel like coming in.
It's just easier just to tell the truth. I just feel like people think they get more when they bullshit. I think you get more when you tell the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, I'm always honest about everything.
I also
I
wonder.
find that it's just easier to remember life in
Mhm.
general when you're being honest about it because you don't have to remember all the lies.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I tell people, I warn them. Let me tell you something. You can lie to me, but I have a log. I don't, but I tell them I do.
I showed up
She
to
loves
work
everything.
with a throwed up shirt
Yeah.
to prove it.
Yeah.
Here's your proof.
Yeah.
Well, like
True.
those people too, aren't those the ones that when they ask you to cover a shift, you don't want to because you feel like they're full of crap?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Ju-
like the ones that have
Yes.
something or they're for real about it. You're like, oh, okay, they let you know. Can you please, and I'll switch with you or whatever.
Or you build that rep with people.
Right.
And you know what? They'll cover you. You cover them.
But on the other hand, the ones that never cover you, reluctant to ever pick up their shifts, even though you could do it and you probably want to, it's like,
Yeah.
not that person.
No.
I'm not going to do it for you.
Have
Okay,
you
that's
ever-
not just me.
Wait, have you ever done where they text you and they say, can you work for me? You're like, let me check.
You like look around.
They go pee, come back. Okay, no, sorry, I can't.
Sorry, I just realized I have to wash the paper plates. Like I'm
I thought you
busy.
were going to say wash the hair. That's always
I have to also wash the
Yeah.
hair. It takes
All right.
a minute.
Call them
but-
out on their bullshit.
Call them
100%
out on the
every single
bullshit.
time.
And like, you know who you are. We're not
You don't,
buying your story. We
you don't
don't
want there to be a
believe you.
pattern.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
know. Even if we don't say we know or point it out or whatnot, we know.
We all
I
look at you and go,
think- wait.
yes.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
All the owners of K Restaurant Group, when someone has some bullshit story, have them call me. And then I'll
Oh, Liz will be HR.
I'll flesh it out.
Call
Be
out,
like,
call
Can
out
we have
line.
them call on the air and be like, I'm sorry, I can't talk now. Call me at 4:55 p.m. at this phone number.
Yes.
Put it on
They're
the air.
that unreliable. They're not going to call on
No,
time.
they're not.
It'll be 6:07. Like, oh, I
Yes.
forgot.
Oh my God, I
Oh,
love the phone.
my mom's dog ate the cat and we couldn't call because the
If
phone
any-
blew up.
I feel like
what?
if anybody has any crazy stories, they should share them with us.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because we'd love to hear about
Oh
them.
my God, please
That would
tell
be
us your
awesome.
stories.
I always love a good
So,
story, especially once it's bullshit.
I am Petrie.
Leon say.
Badass Liz.
Peace out, guys. Restaurant
Thanks.
Punk.
Bye.
Bye.